Hello everybody and welcome back to Britannia. Here we are in the Strat Clut campaign, just where we left off at the end of the last episode. We have a new event. Oh look, a butterfly, isn't that glorious? The relevant character here is our governor of our capital, Guggen, who is getting a little bit distracted apparently. And what we need to do is either focus him more directly on his duties. The implication is that you're just beating him up, or making it abundantly clear there are more important things requiring his immediate attention. So persuading, I guess. So brute force versus persuasion to get him to focus his mind. And this one, of course, costs some influence. Either one of these is going to decrease his loyalty. This one is going to potentially make it worse. But you know what? I'd rather have the influence, I think. Let's focus his mind physically, I guess. Now, we did lose a settlement here in between on the AI's turn. As expected, this Athfolkla army with just 3 units in it moved over to Dunbar. I think we should be okay there. Let's just march overland. Yeah, this is not something we even need to fight because they're just so beaten up. So we'll go ahead and auto-resolve that, and I guess we could go... let's go aggressively here. I think, actually, Athfolkla does not have a lot of forces in the area. Because the other thing that happened off-screen on the AI's turn
at once
was that this large 20 stack of theirs in the sea here was attacked by a Kirkin navy and presumably destroyed. So there's literally no other forces of Athfolkla around. No other armies, at least that I can see. And that is nice. They may have another force up here. But the problem is we don't really have enough movement points to do a lot with this. I could go here and reach this abbey. And so I may as well do that, I suppose. Right up here, there is some industry buildings. There's a lumber yard and a silver mine. But this is going to bring some public order penalties. Now, that may be offset by the abbey here. What I'd really like to get my hands on, of course, is this. It looks like Kirkin is going to get it, though. And so we would have to sail, yeah, all the way around there. I think if we're going to do that, we may as well try it next turn with our king. If for some reason Kirkin doesn't take this back, then that's what we'll do there. But in the meantime, we'll grab this. This is going to at least get us a bit of church income. So we'll just occupy there.
As you say.
Now, the public order here is not going to be very good. Let's, oh, we can't convert because it's too expensive. We spent a lot of money last turn. Alright, now, we do have a lot of problems. We lost more food. Probably because of the destruction here, yeah. So when Athfolkla took it, they must have sacked it first before occupying. So that damaged these buildings. So that just hurts things even further. Fortunately, there's some good stuff. We only have one more turn for this -3 public order across all regions. That's going to go away. We do have a factional legion bonus that's going to remain for another couple of turns. And we're getting some other bonuses. Now, next turn, our factional legions influence is going to be 10. So that's going to help with factional legions as well. So those are all fairly good things. We do have some low loyalty in our generals and governors. Just a couple of guys. These are some relatively new recruits, but I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. We did get some traits. Okay, Rune is a war chief. That's very nice. Picked up that extra point of influence and an extra point of command. He's lame, which is actually a good thing, because it decreases the enemy morale. Nothing left to chance, so that's increasing his zeal by 2, loyalty by 1, but that doesn't matter, of course. He is the king. Okay, so other opportunities in the area, well, not much. Now, one problem is now we are running into attrition because this guy ran out of supplies completely. So remember all of those turns where I was hemming and hawing about whether it was worth getting regional traditions because it's only +3 supplies in own or allied territory, and why would I ever need supplies on my own territory? Well, here's why. Here's why right here, because when you are in negative food, you're going to eventually get attrition, and you're going to get attrition as soon as your supplies reached 0. So if I had 3 more turns of supplies, that would be great, because guess how long it's taking me to build up my food? Well, about 3 more turns. I'll get some grain pits here. I'll get some grain pits here. So that should all be resolved fairly quickly, but we're going to suffer a bit of attrition until then.
March on, men.
We do have governance available in a couple of places. I don't think we have any great people, though. Cumberland is at a -1, and if I remember correctly, we're not taxing it currently because it's not going to matter. Once that is built, we will want to tax it for the food to get that added to the rest of our realm. And here, I think it's similar. We are taxing it, actually, because it is helping with food, not so much with income. So this would be the place where we would probably want a governor, because we're looking at -11 public order here. And our garrison is very new and very weak. So if we got a governor, that might be good. Ooh. Plus 25% food production in the governed province. Yep. So we'll go with this guy. Hope he's loyal. Alright, so that did quite a bit. And he's not bad, actually. He's at 2 loyalty. Again, the big number we're looking for in terms of loyalty is 0. So he should be okay. Let's take a look at his other traits. Good nurturer. That's giving +2 to the public order. He's a gambler, so that's hurting corruption. But I don't care about that right now. We don't have a lot of money, so I'll hold off on trying to seek a wife for him. And yeah, Bebenberg, he just gave that a couple of points of public order.
We are Arthur's folk, true.
This army has 2 turns before it faces attrition.
Trained and ready.
This one has 3. Alright, we've got a lot that we're juggling now. Yeah. Kirkin took back their fishing village, so we're not going to get it. Too bad. Alright, so we lost 72 men due to our lack of supplies. Okay, this could affect us. Actually, probably not. They're down by East Anglia. Okay, so we're losing some fame because of cultural backsliding. People are displeased that their creativity is being stifled. They're blaming you for their predicament. Sometimes you just can't win. So where is that happening? Well, I guess it's just going to take us back to our capital here. It could be because we're not building enough, like, you know, cultural type buildings like these, a hogback workshop and so on. Silversmiths would probably help them feel better in terms of culture. We're building a lot of just food stuff, so maybe that's the problem. We did just build a silverworks, though. Okay, and we got regional traditions. So let's check our supplies now and see if that is factored in. Yes, I think it is. He was going to lose supplies in 3 turns, and now we're just 2 supplies low, so that's good. Also, we're in a good food position. All right, very low food supplies, but got a current of 5. Well, I guess it helped something.
Let the enemy beware.
And here we are facing attrition, but I think yes. So currently we're at 0, but I think we were in the negatives with it. Not really sure. Let's get out of here, though. This is going to help the public order. Watch this go up as soon as he leaves. What was it, 5? Maybe it was already 5. But in any case, he was hurting public order, I believe. Yeah, -3 public order to this. It's counteracted to some extent by the 2 zeal. Oh, actually, I guess, yeah, that's 1. Yeah, I think he was hurting. Certainly wasn't helping. So now we're in a better position there. Let's check out our research. So speaking of public order, you may want to keep going with this. That's going to increase public order in all of our regions. We do want to get that at some point anyway. And I'm not seeing a big military conflict in our near future.
For the glory of the Cymry!
Alright, this one, that's -2 to public order. What we want to kind of focus on now is maybe getting this province. This is, I believe, a requirement for the long fame victory.
My warriors will not falter.
So, what is our public order here? It's just at 0.
Every
If we
man
take
will do
this,
his
it's going to
duty.
be at -3. That's not great.
In Jesus' name. Attack as one. Without question.
Let's do it. Oh, we could sack it for a lot of money. But that's going to hurt public order by a considerable amount, -5. Let's just occupy.
For duty.
Yeah, so we're at -3. We could just afford to do this now. And we could go for the Abbey option, which is going to be better for public order, but worse for income. I think this might be a decent option because we've got a lot of industry stuff happening around here. And in this settlement too, I can see they've got the forge, they've got a workshop, they've got jewelers. And these things, tend to have some public order problems associated with them. So as we convert it, let's go for the Abbey. Again, that's, less money. But I think that's what we'll do next. Not right now, but next.
No way. We are
Now,
Arthur's folk.
next turn we
True
might be in a
of
position to head over here, but we don't have our big army in the area.
For the glory of the Cymry.
So, do we have military access with Kirkin? Because now it might be kind of nice. We do. This is a hunting village too, so this, I think it is. It produces furs, but also food. Alright, well, so we could take our king and sail him up, like, here. Okay, he's going to have to... Can't quite land there, I guess. It's not the right kind of coast. Yeah, but this is going to take way too long. So let's get up here.
Step up now.
And at any rate, we'll see. Maybe we will be able to land, like, somewhere over here.
I beg to differ.
Yeah, okay. So we will be able to do that. Next turn, next couple of turns.
We can't do that just now.
We'll get there, and then we'll be able to go there. Because I'd like to capture this. And they may beat us to it, but hopefully not. Alright. Skills available. Great. So these are on our 2 disloyal family members. And he's a general. Fairly decent. He's got some good zeal. If we're really worried about his loyalty, the thing to do is go with a priest. And, the +2 to faction allegiance is going to help, especially since he's in a province with low public order anyway. So I think that's what we'll do. That'll just help shore up his loyalty a bit. And this is our new governor in Edinburgh. He's a little disloyal, but not too bad. So maybe here we would want to go for, like, the scribe. That's going to decrease corruption a bit. He's actually already quite good in terms of corruption. Let's take a look at that corruption stat. So if we go to the economy here, we can see that we're losing 5% of our income to corruption. So that's not very much. This does also help with construction costs. Let's see, if we were to go with a scribe, yeah, that's only going to do a tiny bit to our income. Actually, what's the public order here? It's right at 0. It's going to be improving soon, but, I'm seeing it might not be a bad thing to just work on improving that even further than you think you need it. So if we go for a bard, that would bring his zeal... Actually, that would bring his zeal up to just 0, I think. Yeah, because he's at like a -1 zeal currently, so that's not actually going to help anything. Could go for Forager for another 5 food. He's fairly young-ish. We could go for Priest. Yeah, let's do it. Okay,
Sea forces reporting in.
Right, so we ran out of supplies, or they're very low. Okay, I think that's all we really need to do at the moment. So you're not building anything else. Here we've got a couple of turns for those grain pits. A couple of turns for pretty much everything. At this point, we're looking at a game of trying to outmaneuver Kirkin, so we can gain as much as we want from this war. Yeah, it looks like they'll get there very soon. They've got this army right here, so if they wanted to, they could take this, next turn, or at least besiege it. Now that may still allow us to besiege it as well, and ooh.
Do not be a fool. Take this chance for peace.
Okay, they're at war with Athfolklaw as well as Kirkin. Do I want peace? They're my only other enemy at the moment, and to be honest, I don't really want to fight them. I'm not going to be conquering up here, I don't think. And I don't really think there's much to be gained. Let's see if they'll pay us anything at all.
Be great.
Alright. Maybe in a little while. There are some advantages to maintaining a war. And that would be if they get strong and start to conquer down into Kirkin's territory, I could, just continue attacking them. Whereas if I get peace now and then in a couple of turns want to attack them, that's going to actually be a problem, because I'll be kind of betraying my word or something. So that's actually going to have diplomatic repercussions if I go to war with them too soon after signing a ceasefire. All right, we've got some wars going on in the south and in Ireland. Sudreyar is now getting in on this with Athfolklaw here, so yeah, they're kind of in trouble at the moment. This, though, is a very large farm.
Taking to the waves. Off the ships.
Pretty sure I could take this. Let's actually do a bit of raiding.
Anything of use.
All right. That's just a Viking faction, so I'm not too worried about them. All right, so maybe I could grab this. I know it's not part of the same province as this is.
Not possible.
For the glory of the Cymry!
Yeah, let's get over here, and we can do some raiding over here as well.
My warriors will not falter.
Actually, that's going to hurt public order. Yeah, I went from -3 to -5, but you know what? Let's do it anyway. Do some raiding. That gets us up to 30 food. So yeah, he's no longer losing men to attrition. Now we're actually getting some replenishment going on. And our public order is not taking a big hit. We've got a heroism of 25 currently, which is quite nice. Worst place for public order right now is Berenice. And we can address that by building the next level of the Great Hall. That's going to take 15 food away from us, though. Well, let's see what we want here. if we go the blacksmith route, that allows us to work on industry. And this is a pretty good technology line too, especially this node right here, road networks. So this is going to allow all of our armies an extra 25% movement range in our territory. And that's really good. As we've seen, it's really good to be able to maneuver around your land to meet different threats. So I do like to get this one. Otherwise, we're looking at construction cost bonuses. Pretty much everything here is good. The only questionable one is the last one, and you'll find this with pretty much all the civic techs. There's going to be a penalty in the last technology. It's kind of interesting because, it's a bit of a trade-off, but it means that a lot of times you just don't end up recruiting or working on that last tech. So it's kind of questionable. So this, if we were to go all the way down here, we would get a minor diplomatic bonus towards all other factions, but enemies would get +3 supplies. So the idea is, I guess we're happy to talk to them and set them up, but they're going to take advantage of our goodwill and just get more supplies out of us on our territory or something like that. So that's not a great one. If you really wanted to do, I guess, a strong diplomacy game, then that might be worth it. Could go for a mint. That's going to cost some food. This costs food. This gets extra food plus 20% from port building chains. And this is a port. An extra 20% of food, though, is only going to be like another 5 food, something like that. Well, we'll come back to this, I think. This is going to cost us money, but it's also going to upgrade our units that we train here. And this is a fairly large territory, so it might be nice to get it. Well, we could also just go the safe route. Let's do this. We'll go to the pottery kiln in Strat Clut. Fairly cheap, fairly good bang for the buck. So what's Kirkin going to do? Are they going to go and try to take their farmland back? No, they're going to besiege the settlement.
We are at war.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Kirkin looks like they have a new king. I could be wrong, but I didn't think Kirkin was a words mean nothing kind of guy. I thought he was fairly trustworthy, but maybe I'm mistaken there. So we could call our allies to help. If they refuse, we're no longer allied. And then presumably we could no longer have them help us out in a siege. And we'd have to be trespassing to get in and out of their territory. They don't like these guys very much. They like me a lot. Let's not. I just don't want to risk losing it. Oh, jeez. Sudriar, though. Yeah, these guys tend to do quite well. Oh, jeez. Kirkin is in trouble. Because Afokla is just going around trolling them, just grabbing these little villages. Okay, so yep, where was Sudriar? At least Sudriar does not have territory down here in Ireland. Okay, alright, we got a new family member. There's an illegitimate birth. Alright. And here we go. We got a lot more food coming in. We got those 2 grain pits constructed. We got the small priory going on in Abercurnig. Alright, we do have some attrition. Where's this? Okay, probably because we're raiding and it's...
Can't do that.
Alright, let's see. I think I'm going to risk this. I'm going to head up here.
Get along there.
And the idea is... Oh, I can't put it under siege because they already have it under siege. Shoot.
We will serve you well.
Yeah. I wanted to do the sort of the reverse of what I did a couple of episodes ago. But I don't want to show up as reinforcements and help them win. So we'll just keep raiding here with this army. That's fine. We're taking some attrition, but that's fine. This is kind of a waste, though. We're just taking attrition for no reason. I should have taken this when I had the chance. But I don't think they'll be able to take it this turn with this army, because it takes them a while to get off the boats. I think that's how it works. Take a look, though, at the public order here. Yeah, -4. Let's go ahead and convert this, and we'll go for the priory or the abbey option. Priory, I guess it's called. All right, now we can look at taxing Cumberland. If we tax it now, we're getting 30 food out of it. And public order only goes down to 2. And we make another 300. That's a no-brainer. Good. Finally, this is a productive part of our territory. Yeah, all of these places are now being taxed. Very good. And if we really are concerned, we could untax Athfolklaw, but I don't think we need to. All right, we're looking at -3, so this is improving as our province allegiance continues to increase. Okay, maybe, is there another governor now? Well, not really. These are all like generals, and I don't feel the need to take one of them to do that. So I guess we're gonna just hold off. All right, we gotta move this army. Let's go ahead and camp them. We forgot to move them last turn. So we'll see if Kirkin takes Dun Caeldan. That's going to be unfortunate, but at least we grabbed a couple of provinces here. We should be able to hold them as well. And they're making, you know, some money for us. The other thing is, we've got these two armies of Sudriar closing in. Yeah, Kirkin may not be around very long. Britons strike back. Okay, Gwynedd rallies the Welsh factions to fight back against Mirch. Okay. Gwynedd's king has marshaled his forces and subsumed his neighbors. So presumably that means, yeah, it looks like Gwynedd just took over a bunch of territory that formerly belonged to Powys, I would say. So that's pretty cool. Alright, we got to keep an eye on Sudriar, because they're right here. Now, fortunately, we had this other Irish faction, who looks to be in a pretty strong position, although they are getting some... they are under siege here now by Brevna. But they've prevented Sudriar from getting down right into my neighborhood. So that's good. But now they're coming over here with 2 full stacks, look like to be full strength.
We are Arthur's folk.
Okay, Kirkin did take this, so now I'm gonna move.
Expect new orders soon.
Move him back. Let's see. Yeah, now that's only -1, so that's gonna be just fine.
Ready to serve.
Let's see. So this is an abbey, and this is an open field farm.
My warriors will
Well, let's
not
go for it.
falter. Without question.
We'll occupy.
We obey.
And we can hold this. Now, that gives us 132 food, which is quite good, and makes me feel like I'm
For the glory of the
comfortable with grabbing some more men. Now, we are suffering some attrition, actually. But that's going to change because we're definitely in the positives for food, and now we are in a food-producing province. Before, we were not on our own territory, so we were continuing to fight attrition. So let's grab one of these, Ecolure. That's got a very, very good cavalry component. But I think the other thing that we need to focus on is our infantry, actually. Because in the battle that we lost a little while ago, I think the problem was we were relying almost exclusively on our cav. And we did not have any kind of infantry presence. So we got one of those, so that's we can get 2 more. Let's go for another unit of armored axemen, and let's see, do we want swordsmen or axemen here? So the swordsmen have a bit better armor, a bit better shield, quite a bit better morale, quite a bit better melee skill, and melee damage. Yeah, we'll do that. And next turn we could grab this, which would be also nice, give us some income, a religious estate, and some public order bonuses. But I'm thinking Kirkin's going to take that back. That's also kind of fine because I don't want Kirkin to get eliminated necessarily. And I could, leave this. If there's an opportunity to go somewhere else, I could certainly abandon that province. But I think this makes a good point for us to end the episode. We have taken 3 provinces off of Atfolklaw, and we have an opportunity to take another couple from them. But what we'll do next time, I think we want to take a look at diplomacy. We want to see if we can do anything like maybe get a ceasefire with Atfolklaw, maybe make them a vassal, and then potentially see if we can get any peace with Sudriar. Not sure if that's going to work, but in case it doesn't, we are bringing up some troops to potentially defend against those Sea King Vikings. So thanks very much for joining me, and until next time, take care.